Now, last but certainly not least, our Pure Michigan road trip took us to a place in Detroit that'll take you on a creative Afro-Caribbean cultural and culinary quest. It's called Yum Village. Now, Chef Godwin E. Hentugi has a vision for this place. And as far as I can see, both his taste buds and his eyesight are 20/20. Chef, I gotta tell you, your backstory is as fascinating as your food is flavorful.
What?
I mean, seriously. I mean, your dad was an engineer down here in the News Center area.
Yep.
You went to and graduated from Wayne State.
Yep.
And you started this place as a tech company?
It started off as a tech company. This is correct.
Okay, you take it from there because I'm confused.
So we were a food company that started off as a tech company. The whole idea was that we were going to be an Airbnb for chefs to help them find underutilized space locations and then double up as a ticket sales component to help promote those events
which makes perfect sense that you're at a restaurant.
My brain's going to explode. You must be really smart because I don't understand anything you just said.
Well, it is kind of interesting because you were working with the Bedrock companies, right?
Right. I was a mortgage banker. I was a loan originator. I was there for 2 years, and during that time, there was a competition where you could pitch your ideas. And so I pitched my idea, and that ultimately led to us doing pop-ups around the city, and eventually growing from pop-up to food truck, and food truck to restaurant. And
those are all gateway activities, you know.
Right to the restaurant.
That's how it started.
Well, tell us about this restaurant because Yum Village. What do you specialize? What makes it special?
So Yum Village, no relation to Slum Village, even though I'm a big fan, specializes in Afro-Caribbean eats. And so the whole idea behind it is chef-prepared meals, Afro-Caribbean eats. The biggest thing behind it is that we want to push the diaspora and also open conversations about the culture of the food beyond us just eating it.
And what is jollof rice?
Jollof rice is the almighty one-pot style rice that I believe most rice dishes come from. Back in the 14th and 16th century, when the Portuguese were on the ports of Benin, rice kind of was introduced into that area, and then we brought that rice over here to America. When it was getting made in Africa, it was originally using barley before it was replaced with rice, and then that rice jollof combination became garlic, onion, tomato, as well as other assorted vegetables in one pot that was then cooked and then transferred over here. So when we see jambalaya, when we see gumbo, when we see the Gullah Geechee red reds or the Charleston reds, this is actually where it came from.
So how did you learn all this? You have such a great base of knowledge about the food, about the history, great stories.
So one thing, I read a ton. You gotta stay researched, and much like the very first Mexican restaurants or the very first Asian restaurants and Indian restaurants that opened up here, a lot of folks just don't know anything about the food. And so 50% of our conversations are explaining what the food is before it gets ordered.
This kind of experience is so much fun. I mean, just because it's an adventure. It's not just going out to dinner and getting a burger and some fries. It's you learn something, you feel something, you connect with the community, which you do a lot of, right?
Right, yeah, we support quite a bit. We do about 50 to 100 meals to disenfranchised communities every day through partnerships with Brilliant Detroit and Federal Help Kitchens, as well as other organizations like Neighborhood Service Organization, Phoenix Center and Alternative for Girls. My mother works at NSO, Neighborhood Service Organization, so it's very important to give back. And I went to U of D Jesuit as well, where I'm a Cub for life, and one of the things that we always resonate there is men for others. And so I do my best to be that every day.
The restaurant trade is not for the faint of heart. This is a difficult trade. It's really rough. And so I was impressed that you have some retail items here as well that kind of still fit into the theme to help with the profitability, and I'm sure it helps you pay your staff better and all that.
100%. I mean, statistically, 1 in 5 makes it past 5 years, and then of that number that survives, only 60% of them make it past 3 years. And so you start to think about sustainability in restaurants and what makes you grow. And honestly, it's going to be people. You've got to be able to have a good team, invest in the team, and you've got to be able to pay out, But since we're in a transient space and that's contingent on people coming through the door, we do our best to add to those alternative revenue streams. So we've got clothing that like kind of shows what the food is, like mafe is a traditional Senegalese West African stew that we sell here, as well as bath and body products and soaps and bars, fresh made juices, just things to keep us going and keep a few of our folks on salary.
That's what I love about your restaurant is it's not just about the great food, it's a cultural experience.
Absolutely.
I mean, tell me a little bit about the mural on the wall outside.
So the mural on the wall, which was done by Backpack Durden, an amazing female artist here from Detroit, is synonymous with African culture. It is the Io. And the Io, much like a lot of the different cultures, like the Greek and the Roman, they had the gods. And with our culture, we have the Orisha, which are pretty much very similar. You got the Orisha of water, Orisha of wind, Orisha of fire. And the Io are essentially guardians that kind of protect the realm from the living and the dead, and then help cross over those that pass on.
You, dare I say, are one inspirational dude.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
seriously, I am so impressed with the place and you. I mean, yeah, I'm speechless. You go, take it, Dave.
A couple of underachievers with this young guy here. I feel the same way. So congratulations for what you're doing. We love it.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dave, let's eat.
Time
go.
time for us to do our research.
Which we're good at. If you're looking to expand your palate to more wonderful and worldly places, and at the same time get to know some awesome Detroiters, Yum Village is a really good place to start. But I'm telling you, once you taste Chef Godwin's creations, you just might want to finish here as well.